Hi everyone, welcome to episode 7 of The Secret Letters. We are extremely happy that you've been liking all the episodes that has been presented so far. So today also we have a very interesting letter from a mom. So since we just celebrated the Mother's Day a few days ago, we have an emotional letter, a normal fear of a mother being expressed in this letter. So let me just wish all the mothers a very happy Mother's Day. I hope you're enjoying the journey of motherhood. So let me start this letter. I should tell you that she has explained it beautifully, as in her journey, how she got married and how everything else, she's explained it so beautifully. But since we are having very little time and I cannot read out all the pages that she's written, I will try to do justice in my own way in expressing whatever she has written in it. So as usual, we will not be able to disclose the name, so we are going to call her as Miss Julie. So let me start off. It's really nice and very touching letter, so I want to really go into the letter and share it with all of you all. So um, so, Julie, let's talk about Miss Julie. She was born into a very low class middle family. I'm saying lower class because she was in a very economically not so strong kind of a family background, and she was from the village. And during the 80s, the early 80s or 70s, there was no much chance for young girls to come out of their village and study what they want to study and achieve in life. She was one amongst the few who actually outgrew and started exploring the opportunities outside, and that is how she left her village to go to the city and study. And she graduated as an engineer and also landed with the dream job of that time, that was getting into a government sector as an engineer. So a very powerful woman, who broke all the stereotypes and came to the city all alone, educated herself, and got into the dream job. So while I was reading through that, it is such an inspiring journey. Like all of us, all girls and women should have that fire to explore the opportunities around us. So this mom, she joins the dream job of hers, and there she has a lot of friends, and she's a very happy-go-lucky woman. And she tends to meet Mr. Joe, who is from a similar humble background, and he has also fought against all the odds to get into this job, again a dream job for everyone during that time. And they turn out to be friends. So the friendship blossoms over tea, having the budgies and bondas, the general, the canteen stuff which they get at 4 o'clock. So they used to always meet for the tea time, enjoy their snack, and talk a lot and exchange about their interests. And what happens? The Cupid strikes and they fall in love. But during that time, it was not at all accepted, for people to fall in love. That too, from two different backgrounds, and that is about the caste. Intercaste marriages were definitely ridiculed, they were put down, not supported. So again, she goes out of the way against the wishes of everyone else and follows her heart in marrying the man whom she had fallen in love with. So, since they are madly in love, nothing affects them, nothing seems to affect them. She's beautifully written in this letter how she sneaked out of the house with her favorite silk sari, dreaming about her Prince Charming and being married to him on that particular day. So, they had a register marriage with their friends being a witness of the beautiful occasion of theirs. So, here, it's not that I'm supporting or I'm against or for such kind of marriages, but she's a woman who's gone through it and who's enjoyed it. So I'm just going through that pace and that kind of beauty that is involved in two people who are madly in love. So what happens is that within a month's time, both of them get back to their family and try to convince them, make them understand, as in how much they were in love and how much it is important for them to be together. And the close families, mother being a mother, father being a father, brother and sister being your own, they always are ready to listen and accept you. So the same thing happened. They got all their immediate family members However, there were few of them from the extended family, cousins and aunts, who were not really happy about it. But it didn't bother to them because they had the support and blessings of their parents now. So they were like extremely, extremely happy that, things are falling into place. They have their loved ones with them, and they are also getting an opportunity to live their life together. So all the regrets and all the feelings, whatever they had, little bit here and there, had just wiped away because they have the support of their loving family now. So this is the reason I was enjoying every bit of the struggle that she went through in getting the man she loved. So as they go on with this beautiful journey, after 6 months' time, they learn that they are pregnant. Now, this is the time that they're extremely happy because when there is a baby coming into the family, everyone wants to come and see you. They want to shower you with love and care. So whoever is remaining here and there, like considering this is happening in the 80s, or late 80s and the early 90s, a birth of a child is a reason to unite the family or the extended family or anyone around, because it's a moment of joy. So they were very happy that that they are going to the next phase, and Mr. Joe has been waiting to have a child and to be a father. So he was very particular that he wanted to have a girl child. So you must have observed that most men prefer to have a baby girl, and the bond between a father and daughter is so strong, so emotionally bound, that most of the time the men just hope and dream to have a little princess. So similarly, he too had this dream of having a little doll in his house, and he had already planned to call her Dolly because she is his doll. That's how he used to say. So the dream goes on, and the day just comes, and he's really blessed to have a daughter. So his dream has again, yielded its flowers. So now he's a father of a little princess, as he always wanted to be. So he was such a doting father, such a loving father, that he used to just take off, all of a sudden and appear by afternoon. And she used to keep wondering, "Do you have a holiday today?" she would ask. And he would say, "No, I've just taken an off." "And what are you going to do today?" What he used to do is he used to just stare at his little one sleeping in the cradle. He loved the beauty of his little doll sleeping in the cradle. So he was such kind of a father who admired his little baby, who wanted to hold the baby, who wanted to put the baby to sleep, like a hands-on dad. So time goes on, and it's like almost 8 months now, and the dad is like very seriously planning about the first birthday of his little one. So he has so many plans, like he's thinking about what theme shall I have, because during that time one of the most favorite themes used to be either a Barbie or a Rapunzel or an angel, if not anything else. So they used to have different themes in mind. So since the Barbie doll was the most fashionable and most liked, it is sometimes we feel it's quite silly because the kid wouldn't even remember. But yes, the parents used to take each and every step to see that they gave the best birthday party for their little one. So the dad came up with an idea that he is going to dress up his doll like a Barbie doll, plus have the Barbie doll theme for the birthday. So Julie is like wondering, we do have time. I don't know why he is thinking so much in detail about the birthday. Even then, she pitches in and she agrees and she says, "Yes, we can do that," and all that. So time passes by, and it's the 11th month. So that's when he discusses with the landlord, as in they have such a plan to celebrate their doll's birthday. So that's when they say that like, why don't you use our terrace? You can actually accommodate all your friends. You can decorate it the way you want, because during that time there were no event managers or even planners who would just come. It's not that it was not there, it was more of a luxury, or it was quite rare, people putting in so much of money in getting everything set. So people used to see their own ways to make it as beautiful as possible. And both Mr. Joe and Miss Julie are extremely happy with the idea that their landlord had given. So what do they do? So as the date is approaching, when there are 3 days left for the party, they bring in things one by one day few balloons, few ribbons, and then some backdrop ideas. So they get one by one, and they begin to decorate it from 3 days in advance. And by the time it was evening, after they finished their work, they would come up on the terrace, and the landlord used to join in, bringing the little girl in their hand. They used to decorate each and every corner in bits and pieces. So every evening they come and they do the decoration little by little. And at last the day had come, like the previous night. It was almost 10:30, and Mr. Joe has not come down for lunch and dinner. And they just she was a little panicked, like, what's wrong? It's 10:30 and he's not even come for dinner. So then she goes down and calls out to him, and he says, no, I'm just fixing it up. So Miss Julie just walks up and sees that, like, he's carefully placing the crystals on the crown of the Barbie backdrop that is there. Because earlier what used to happen is that we used to have these thermocol cutouts, or a few cutouts put behind. So he was trying to place those little crystals into the crown of the Barbie backdrop. So he says, it's my doll's birthday and I want it to be so perfect that I'm placing the crystals in order. So she waits for him, and both of them go down to have dinner. And they decide to wake up early in the morning because they have to, because they're the only two people who are going to arrange things and welcome the guests and, pack the return gift. And there were a lot of work pending actually. So they go off to bed. And it is morning, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and the alarm rings. And as usual, like in all the household, the women in the house keep shouting at the man to switch off the damn alarm. So she shouts at him, asking him to just switch off the alarm and wake up and start doing something. He doesn't wake up, and she just thinks, oh yeah, he must have been really tired because the previous night he has been working really hard, using a tweezer and putting each crystal on the crown of the Barbie. So thought, yeah, must be he's tired. So she just wakes up, she has a shower, she makes some quick coffee, and she comes in and she's like, this man is still sleeping. Sometimes it's like that. Men, when it is real time and you have to get up and act, they end up snoring for a real long time. And so she was like, okay, it's high time, you need to wake up. And